Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing us how to make a perfect bishop collar for that your shirt, for that your gown that you want to sew. If this is what you'd be interested to watch, please sit back and let me take you through this tutorial. It is going to be a very simple one. Just sit back as we roll. The first step to achieve a perfect collar is when you're taking the measurement for the neck. If your normal measurement is 3 inches, you make it 2.5 inches. That's the width. If it's 4 inches, you make 3 inches. If the depth is normally 3, you make it 2.5 or 1.5 in the front and then 1 at the back to make it, a bit huggy at the neck. So after that, when you're done joining the cloth itself, as in the cloth you're sewing, when you're done joining it, then you go ahead and use your tape rule and take the exact measurement of the neck, which I'll be showing you right now. What I'll be doing is to place my tape at the beginning in the front and then take it round to know the exact measurement I have on the neck area of the dress. So after taking this, I had 20.5. 20.5. On a fold of 2 is going to be 10.25. That is what I'm trying to confirm. 10.25. If you're coming across the channel for the first time, kindly hit on the subscribe button and put on your notification bell to always get notified whenever I post a new video. To my existing subscribers, you're not taken for granted. You're well appreciated. Once I'm done confirming and reconfirming the length of my neck, I'll go ahead and bring in the material I'll be using to cut the collar. So on a fold of 2, at the center where I folded, I'll just make something like a C, the way you're seeing me do right now. I'll curve it and make a C. Then I will take my ruler, because it's on a fold of 2, it's going to be 10. I'm going to be measuring 10.25, exactly 10.25. This is the place that will sit on the dress itself. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I mark out 10.25. That is what I am doing right now. The way you see me taking my ruler, my tape round, that's the way you're going to take your own 10.25. Then I'll go ahead and add 1 inch for the joining of the 2 sides of the collar. So I'm going to mark 10.25 there, and then I am going to go ahead and add 1 inch for the joining. So the height of a bishop neckline normally is always between 1 inch to 1.5 inch. So mine, I'm going to be making it 1 inch. So I'm going to be taking 1.5 inch because I'll be using ½ inch to join it up, and then the other inch to join it at the tail end to the cloth. So I'll be taking 1.5 inch round, the way you're seeing me do right now. 1.5 inch all through. Then I'll connect my dots. At the edge there, I'm going to come in by ½ an inch to form a curve because I don't want the edge to be sharp. I want it to be a little curvy. So I'm just going to use my chalk and join all the dots that I have made. So once I am done joining that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'll be going ahead to cut out another one which will be serving as the lining. So I'll just place it the way you're seeing me do. At the folded end, I'll make sure it aligns with the folded end. I'll use my safety pin and hold it down so it wouldn't shift while cutting it out, to make sure that I cut exactly the same thing with the main material. So one will be serving as the lining and one will be serving as the main material itself. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. The next thing I'll be doing is to take it to my ironing table to put a stay, to put an interface. You can use a collar stay if you want it to be standing, to be firmly standing. But in this case, I'll be using a paper stay because I'm using it for a dress. I don't want it to, if it's for a shirt, I would have used a collar stay, but this one I am using a pepper stay. So the way you see me do, I'll just iron it down then and cut it out. Once I'm done cutting it out, I will then go ahead and iron it properly and make sure that the pepper stay stays on the cloth properly. Okay, here we'll have it. I'm done fixing the interface on both the lining and the one that will be serving as the main material. So what I'll be doing is to lay it on each other. I'll take one and lay on the other right side, facing right side. I'll go ahead on the machine and sew it by almost just to, like, I'll just sew it very little with about 0.25 inches, because remember I gave half an inch for the sewing. So I'll just use 0.25 inches and sew it the way you see me do, from the from one end to the other end. But I will stop at that place. I will not be closing the other end of the collar. So once I'm done with that, I'll bring it so that we'll see. Here we go. You can see it as it is. I'm already gone ahead to sew it on my machine, and I've given it a small cut. That's I've notched it or given it a small cut so that when I flip it to the right side, it will stay intact. So I've done that. After flipping it to the right side, I will take it to my ironing table then and make sure I give it a good press. I'll make sure I give it a good press. So that's what I'll be doing right now. So here we go. I am done ironing. You can see how it is seated and see how the collar is already forming. You can see it. So what I'll be doing right now is that I'll go back to my ironing table and then fold one end of the collar. Fold in one end of the collar a little and use iron and iron it down. So you can just see what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be folding it by one end and then I'll use my iron and iron it down. This is the place that will be sitting outside, as in the one that will be outside, not the one that will be sitting on the one facing the neck. No. So I'm just going to do it. Once I'm done with that, then I will show us the next thing. The next thing that we'll be doing right now is to attach this to the collar of the dress we are making. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be going ahead to use my safety pin and hold down the collar on the neck. I am holding down that place that I did not iron, the one that I did not iron. I am going to hold it down on the collar. So once I am done holding it down at the neck of the dress, I'm going to go ahead and sew it down on my machine. You can see the way it is. And you can see that the excess, I'm not going to cut it out until I am done fully attaching it to the dress, so that if there is any excess at that, then I can now cut it out. And remember, I have not closed the other end of the collar. So look at what I am going to be doing on my machine. I'm going to sew it carefully. You can see what I am doing right now. I'm going to make sure I arrange it then and sew it carefully on the machine. Just watch me as I do this right now. Please note that I am starting from the other end that I closed. The other end that I closed, I will make sure I aligned it with where the zip started. Then I will sew it down. Also remember that you will not be in a hurry while sewing this. As you are sewing it down, you will be arranging it, making sure that everything is neatly sewed in. So look at me, I am done sewing that area. So what I'll be doing next right now is to sew the other area that I ironed. You will see the purpose of the ironing, because if I did not iron it, it will make me to have to force myself to be arranging it. But the ironing helps a lot, because once you iron it, then what you just need to do is to make sure it lays. on the other end and push in the seam of the other one that you have sewn. Then you will sew on top of the place that you have ironed inside, the way we used to sew in our band on the skirts. So just watch me as I do this. I'm trying to close up the seam of the other side that I just attached. So look at it. Look at how neat it is. So what I'll be doing now is to close the other end of the collar, which I have not done before. So what I will do now is just to fold it inside out. Then I will sew it. I'll just close it. I'll close the end then and cut out any excess that we'll have. So just watch me as I do so. I'll cut out the excess, then I use it and cover the end of the zipper that we'll have. So I'm just going to neatly sew it down, and that will be all. So once I'm done with this right now, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good press. Once I'm done ironing it, that will be all for this tutorial. You can see how neat it is. I'm already done ironing it. Look at how it is seated on the clothes that I have made. Thank you for sitting through and thank you for watching. If you have joined me up to this extent, I say thank you. Kindly give us a like. Leave your comments on the comment section. If you have any question, just ask your question on the comment section, and I'll be glad to answer your questions whenever I am online. Thank you, my dear subscribers, and thank you for the new ones that are coming. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly hit on the subscribe button to get us to 1,000 in this channel. Thank you so much. We love you all. See you in my next video. Stay tuned and bye.